Okay, so I got most of the way through it. Just trying to work out a little solo guitar thing on an old Jackson 5 tune, Never Can Say Goodbye, Motown from around 1970 or 71, somewhere in there. Words and music by Clifton Davis. I have to look into it more. I think Clifton Davis might be another one of those one-hit wonder people like Bobby Hebb, who wrote the tune Sunny in the 60s. Clifton Davis, I'm going to look it up. I think he was kind of a sitcom actor, an actor on a lot of TV series in the 70s. If so, I mean, he wrote a great song. So there's been lots of versions. Isaac Hayes did a cover of it. The organist Joey DeFrancesco, Gloria Gaynor, of course, had a big disco hit with it. It's just a really nice tune, and it's kind of simple. So the biggest stumbling block I have is the intro. Because the intro, I'm looking at I won't pick it up, but I'm looking at a book that's written out in two staffs, treble clef and bass clef for basically piano. And so they give you kind of a bass line, which is sort of something like... Okay? And there's also like it's basically a 2-bar intro, I guess. Yeah, 2 bars. I thought it was more. But it's like... And then it's into... So what I was trying to do with the intro, and I keep stumbling over it, is just put that along with... So what I came up with is, basically, I wrote it out in a tab, if you can see that, just right here. If you put the bass clef from this piano arrangement together with the chord and the melody that's in the treble clef, you basically come out with this. But here's what it is. Put your second finger on the F sharp on the first string. If you can, just mute the 6th string with the heel of your hand a little bit, so you get that kind of a sound. And to do it slowly, which is really the only way I can do it, we're going to play the bass note with the pick. So we're doing the bass strings, we're playing with the pick, and then when we have to, we're using the fingers for the higher strings. So I'm going to play, and what's happening here with the chord, the first chord is just, it's like an E minor 9 or a G major 7. And then the second chord is just basically the open 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. So we go from, it's the first 4 strings. Then we're going to do single notes. And then again. And then we're into the melody. So the bass line is going to be... Suffice to say, the best way I can put them together is going to be something like this. Okay, so what's happening is both hands together, then a second open E bass note, then we play that little baby chord, open 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So after I play that 3-note open string chord, immediately after that, I go to a 5th string B. Okay, so this is the hardest part of the whole thing by far. Now play F sharp on the 1st string, E on the 4th string, open A along with open 1st string. Okay, so and then again. Okay, so that's difficult. It's almost like a little baby version of Tuck Andrus, where you're trying to get a bass line together with a simple melody. Try it one more time. Okay, it's hard because I can't show you both hands. Like I said, I'm picking the bass strings with the pick, and I'm using my fingers for the higher strings. Now Now it gets a little more straightforward, and this part you're probably more used to hearing. So I'm playing the open sixth again. It's basically an E minor 7 chord underlying, and I'm strumming through with the pick. So it's... Now we've got a pretty E minor 7 with A in the bass. Pinky's on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, middle finger's on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Okay, so here we go again. Melody is... Then the no, 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 I. That's the refrain after Never Can Say Goodbye, and then it's... So this is just thirds. I'm going to borrow the 7th fret, 2nd and 3rd strings. Play it twice. Then we've got a minor third here, the B and the D. And then the same 2 strings open. So it's... That's our E minor with the A in the bass again. Pinky on 2nd string, middle finger on the 4th string. Octaves is going to be F sharp, G, and we're landing on this D major 7. I'm barring across so I can get the A melody on the 1st string. Now we're moving to this. I'm barring the first 2 strings, and I've got the middle finger on the 3rd string. Now continuing, I've got along with the open D. There's a bunch of chords here that utilize the open D on the 4th string. Okay, again we're going to have the open D along with this. G major 7. And then G 6th. Okay, so let's just take it from the top again. If we do the intro, if I try to do the intro, I think the one new thing there was it's the top of an E minor. So if you picture this E minor, 7th fret bar, E minor bar chord. Okay, get rid of the bar, use the first 3 fingers on that little chord, and then put the pinky here. So, back it up one more time. Let's skip the intro, go right to the melody. Now, octaves, going to be B on the 1st string, C sharp to D, and when we get to the D, it's going to be the pinky on top of that E minor chord that we did. Okay, so I'm doing the open 6th string for the E, then the chord stays the same, but the bass note changes to A. So I'm playing the open 5th string. And then we have this little, before we head back and do another Never Can Say Goodbye. second time through here, we're going to do the D major 7 again. So the melody happening is, so on the first string the notes are A, B, D, F sharp. But we're going to try to put a little occasional chord under there. So this is the lyric, Don't Want to Let You Go. Okay, so what we're doing is, again, the G major 7. Now lay the pinky down. Now do an octave on the D. And then, when we get up here, it's going to be, I'm borrowing the first 2 strings, 14th fret, and I've got the open D again. Okay, so what that was is, never can say goodbye, girl. Still have the open 4th string going, and I've got the A, 14th fret, 3rd string, and I've got the C on the 2nd string, 13th fret. Now we do a little Steve Cropper-ish little thing. Okay, almost like Soul Man, I don't know, it just seemed to fit. I've got the open D still, the open 4th string, along with this 6th. Now I've got the 3rd string and the 1st string, same fret. Now, pinky on the A. Okay, so recapping from the top with the intro. Okay, so that there, let's see, let's back it up a little bit. Here's the one we did earlier. We're borrowing the 8th fret, first 2 strings, and then we've got the middle finger here. So, lay the pinky down. 2nd string, to repeat. Then we have G, so we're going from the 10th fret 2nd string, 7th fret 1st string. So we've got the open 4th again, and with these 3. Now this back to this chord. G major 7. Octaves, and then land on this E minor. Now we're back to the D major 7. We're borrowing all the way across to get the A on the 1st string. Octave. This is borrowing the first 3 at the 14th. And I've got the open D along with it. Little Steve Cropper 6th coming up. So here's the E flat major 7 with the open 4th string. We change that to a D major with the open 4th string. That's Never Can Say Goodbye. So I believe the record's kind of a fade out on the Never Can Say Goodbye refrain. But anyway, let me know if you have any questions. Really nice tune, done by a lot of people, originally Jackson 5. In the key of D, and it's got some nice chord changes. Somebody had shown it to me when I was very young. He had played it just from a head arrangement. You know, the band had just kind of figured out the chords, and he was kind of doing G major 7 in the beginning. I like this arrangement better. It has the E minor, and then at a certain point it has E minor with A in the bass. Anyway, if you find it helpful, if you find it fun, give me a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and look forward to seeing you next time. Keep practicing.